So you're an author?
Yes.
Philanthropist?
Yes.
Advocate?
Yes.
Fancy dancer? You got more rhythm than I got.
Oh.
Yes, so no rhythm and I have a white girl ass. So we're here about your RICO case.
We defrauded the MBE. It's a construction fraud. It was the defrauding scheme for the La Meridian Hotel with the Beck Group. The minority business enterprise is only given to people of color or of minority status to gain bids on maybe something that's being constructed.
You had things that you wanted to get off your heart.
Yes.
So that you've been holding in.
Yes.
And it happens to be with a longtime friend of yours.
Shantae and I met through my co-defendant, which happened to be her ex-boyfriend, which happened to be my boyfriend first.
Okay, so you dated the same man.
Even though she wants to deny it, she knows that her whole album is about him. All the lyrics, all the words. I was there, I was present, I listened to every track that was on Rise of the Phoenix.
Even though like you listened to the whole album,
yes,
you've met her.
I was a part of the whole thing.
He was bold to take you around.
That wasn't really technically my man. You know, me and him were just kind of just still kicking it. He had me somewhat under some kind of spell.
Was it a dick spell? Was it good?
Oh, I love you. I love you. You know what? I love you. I would never do that to you. All right. If you got a choice between me and yourself, you're going to choose yourself. It's inevitable. He went to the feds. I'm thinking, this is my rider. I'm your ride or die. You're going to do that to me.
He done told on you.
Do it.
Now, where is he right now?
Well, he was incarcerated. He got 6 years on the indictment that we all got.
Okay.
It was 9 of us that got indicted.
9.
He got 6 years, and I got 39 months.
When I tell you they are coming for Bill, they are coming for Bill, okay? Bill gonna die with lawsuits. Bill whole will is going to lawsuits, okay? Let me tell you what they're trying to do. So Pennsylvania, the state of Pennsylvania, federal government has been embarrassed, okay? The way Bill Cosby's legal team just shitted on them, they couldn't believe it. They said, how did we have his confession and he was able to get out? Because of a technicality, okay, that prosecutors made with him in the state of Pennsylvania, saying that they would not try him based off of him admitting to violating any of the women, okay, that he testified about in his depositions, okay? So they used it. They came back later and used the depositions against him, regardless of the deal that they gave him, to lock him up. Okay, lock him up. Now, yes, there was a deal that he was trying to leverage with NBC. He was trying to buy NBC, and coincidentally, all of these lawsuits came down. And so what I tell you is they give you the money only to take it back, especially when you don't own your IP and stuff like that, okay? But when you try to get something over into our community that we want and we want to own, no. I'm telling you, just like politically how they had these people pop up, Herschel Walker's baby mamas and all this other stuff, even Trump, they have people from your past pop up to create a distraction and to get you off track so that you can't continue doing what it is that you were doing. Now, this is no excuse. Bill Cosby did this shit. He did it. He admitted to it. I read his depositions. He did it. And it was disgustingly gross. Okay, this was back during the 1960s, 1970s, okay? Right now, he can't see the victims that he did it to because he can't see them, but he did it. So he can't confirm or deny whether or not it was her. And given all the time that has passed and the aging that has transpired between these women, because they were once young and beautiful, and now they're probably old and beautiful, or just old and ugly or unrecognizable. We don't know, okay? But he cannot sit in court and say, yes, I know her. He cannot do that. He can't recognize her voice because her voice is raspy and old. It's no longer young and cute, right? And so they got shitted on. It was the most embarrassment that any Commonwealth state has gone through, and he made them look bad. Okay? And so now he's out, and he's trying to get back into buying businesses and putting a footprint in Hollywood before he transitioned up to the upper room. Right? And guess what? 5 more came back. And 5 more came back. Now, these were Lisa Bloom's mama's Gloria Allred's clients, but she couldn't get a lawsuit in or past 45 accusers, right? So what they did was, and this went on for about 2-3 years, and she had to drop them all. I don't even think Gloria Allred has won anything. Neither has her daughter. They just famous off of clout. They make money from retainers. They don't make money from winning lawsuits. They make money from your initial retainer, and that's on that, okay? Because they know that their record is 0-0. So listen, when it comes to Bill Cosby, okay, being accused of five more women of violating them, okay? And this took place between the 1960s and the 1990s, okay? And the women have gone as far as to sue NBC. Gloria Allred didn't have the guts to sue NBC, but this new lawyer they coming out are suing NBC, and being that he just paid an accuser over $500,000 civilly. Well, I don't think he paid her. I just think she won and he didn't pay yet. But it's kind of like, you know, when you get car insurance and you have insurance and then somebody hits you from the back and you get out and you be like, oh, my neck, my back. And then the lawyers hit the insurance and then they get an automatic payout. This is what's happening with Bill Cosby because he's a business. He's a brand. So they can go behind doors and just settle these lawsuits because he has an insurance policy that will pay out. You know what I'm saying? Based on what you guys agree on. And so in this case, let me tell you what they're going to do. They're going to try to lock him back up. So the old accusers, even though I don't know if there's been any depositions, but with this new lawsuit, there's going to be depositions. I'm sure he's not crazy enough to admit again that he did it in depositions because the old lawyer that told him it was okay, do it. Yes, it's okay, do it. We got you. And this man went to serve 3 years in prison blind. He can't even tell you what his cell looked like. You know what I'm saying? He can't tell you what they were feeding him, whether it was cat, dog, or soy meat, or soy cheese, you know what I'm saying, or soy steak. He can't tell you none of that because he didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, they're going to use this possibly to bring new charges to relock his ass back up, okay? All stemming from 1960s and 1990s, even though these women are unrecognizable due to age, and he can't see them due to lack of eyesight. Okay, I can't. You can't make this up. Moving on. Okay. Some stuff you just got to let go. You just got to let it go. You got to let it go. Let it go, baby. Like another love TKO. Okay, moving on. You got to let it go. Let it go, baby. Seems like another love TKO. Oh, baby. I just want to choke his ass up and I let it go. Devon goes on Red Table Talk after he, first of all, you filed for a divorce from a woman who didn't want to divorce you, but you said you needed space. So instead of you going to sleep in the other room or take a trip around the world, go do some yoga, you decided to divorce your wife, okay? And your wife didn't bother to show up to court to give you closure, right? To look into your eyes, to let you know that you was doing the right thing, to give you confirmation. She did not literally show up for court, did not respond to any of your theatrics, especially when you posted a picture in September of you crying in April, back when you first told your wife that you wanted a divorce and you had one tear coming down and social media dragged you and told you to take that picture down that you should have posted 6 months prior when you cried that one tear that you've never cried in your life, okay? Because you couldn't believe and you couldn't fathom leaving your soulmate. And you were the one that initiated the divorce, okay? When the marriage no longer served you or served inspiration for you to write books or movies and things like that, you decided to dispose of the damsel in distress in which you saved because you branded yourself as Captain Save-A-Ho. Oh, y'all ain't ready today. Y'all ain't ready today, okay? You thought you was doing her a favor. You thought you was the best thing that happened to her, okay? But not some young, she on her Keisha Cole right now, okay? She don't want no old men. She don't want no church men. And she definitely don't want you. And listen, because you needed that from her. You wanted to see how she was going to react. You wanted to see if she was going to beg you to come back, beg you not to leave her, beg you, this is for God, okay? But you didn't get none of that. She didn't even show up to court. You were hoping to look at her one last time to see if there was something, because you needed to know if you was doing the right thing. And then after she got the you know what I'm saying, she got social media on her side, you didn't. You realized that the brand was going down, and nobody wants to hear advice from a hypocrite. Nobody wants to read a book from a hypocrite. You done went from Captain Save a Hole to disposing of the hole, and now you out here back in the streets, and you can't find nobody worthy enough to marry that you can get inspiration from to use them to write more books and movies and to take on your church circuit to sell tickets, okay? Now you saying you're in pain from a divorce that you initiated, that she didn't want. You know the worst thing you can do to somebody is, listen, I tell women this all the time. Because, you know, women, you know, they meet a man and they're excited because everybody want to be married, right? Everybody want to be married. My auntie gave me this secret a long time. Go look at Chelsea Light. Let me tell you what she did. She did the ultimate G move. Never, ever make yourself too available for a man. Okay? Whatever he says he wants, give it to him. He wants space, give it to him. He don't want you to call it, give it to him. Don't argue. Don't beg. Okay? When you meet a man, don't be desperate. Don't be waiting for him to call you. Send him the voicemail. You ain't gonna lose your husband. If he meant to be your husband, he gonna keep calling you till you answer the phone. And then when you answer the phone, you say you busy. Men can't take rejection. So when he initiated a divorce thinking that he was going to somehow get her to try to prove her love, but when she decided to exit stage left and didn't even show up to really sign the divorce papers, didn't want nothing from him, it killed his ego. She ain't answering no call. She don't want to be friends. She don't want to be, she don't want none of that. She don't want to come together after you done embarrassed her, you done used her, wrote all the books you could, tried to make her into what you knew you wanted, but you knew you couldn't have because you have goals and aspirations to have a partner, a preacher wife by your side. But she never fit the bill. You out there trying to throw her to the church, and the church said, throw that whole back. Give her back. We don't want her. Okay? Why don't you go get Aventer Gray? John Gray's wife. What's wrong with Aventer Gray? What's wrong with the Avenger? You don't want that because you a man. You like women that look like hoes, act like hoes. You know what I'm saying? Even though she ain't no hoe. But you want all the aesthetics of it, okay? But it just didn't fit with the church. And spiritually, you were conflicted. And so you decided to part ways because you thought that's what God wanted you to do. And now you sitting on Red Table Talk talking about you still in pain over a divorce you initiated. And this woman ain't cheated on you. She ain't lied to you. She ain't dragged. She ain't did nothing. She just couldn't fit up to your expectations of what a brand marriage fit or look like. And when she rejected your ego, now let me go back to my point here because I know women like, what is the point? What are you telling women? When you meet a man, don't be quick to answer the phone. Don't be quick to go on the first date. Don't do all that. Talk to him for a little bit. Don't be easily available for him. Because if you easily available for them, they're going to think that you're easily available for anybody. They're going to try, what is more important to her than me? And then they're going to start thinking, is there somebody else? Then they realize they got competition. So either they're going to work for you or they're not, okay? But he was so used to people kissing his ass because he's not a bad-looking dude. Everybody want him in Hollywood. He's the husband type. He's what fits the par. And they couldn't understand how somebody like him could be with somebody like her. And it was really her loss. But really it turned out to be his loss. And that bitch got the last laugh while she taking all the young dick she can in Hollywood with no motherfucking problems, okay? And didn't want his money, house, cars, book money, or nothing, okay? She exited just like this. I love it. 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 Okay, and now he's sitting up. Has she done any interviews? Has she done any articles? Has she said, I miss you? Because she knows what he's about. He's about publicity. He's the male version of Jada Pinkett. Jada Pinkett is married for brand reasons, okay? You gotta watch out for people like this because they different. Then they always try to preach to you when you supposed to be fucking me. We supposed to be making love. You preaching to me while we fucking. You telling me the epiphany that God gave you while we supposed to be fucking right now. But you just got an idea for a book. You just got an idea for a show in the middle of sex. We supposed to be talking and bonding. I ain't seen you in a couple weeks because I've been out filming. You don't understand how it is. I don't have all this time for you because I put me first. And you are just a compliment to my life. You are not a priority. You are a compliment. We are a partnership. And you can't understand that. So you decided to divorce her thinking you were going to teach her something. That she was just going to run back to you because of all the shit all the women done told your ass in Hollywood. White, black, Asian, desperate women. But you don't realize that it's nice for a woman not to need you. Right? Because then, guess what? She allowed you to be yourself. She allowed you to go out there and lie and write as many books as you could. But now you're trying to lay up with these millennial, these Generation Z hoes, and they taking all your motherfucking time and money. Kevin Samuels tried to warn you. He tried to warn you. Y'all don't want to listen. Y'all don't want to listen.